Okay, so hello everybody who's watching this video, especially Sarah Chrisna. We're from the FOE Discourse Analysis and Sociolinguistics course, and there's me, Alison, Anista, Natasha, Princess, and Mai will be presenting our report on the code switching survey amongst SU students and lecturers. Okay, we shall start first with the introduction. Princess, the floor is yours.
Right. So to begin, people generally communicate differently due to their diverse backgrounds and use various strategies to convey information. It may be challenging and it may take some time to understand that the meaning, especially when you're speaking in like a foreign language, for example, English and stuff, you can get like a little bit so confused or anything. But there is a term for it, and the term is called code switching, and it can be observed in a classroom. Well, basically, according to my findings, code switching is a term in linguistics, which is referring to using more than one language or a variety in a conversation. And it also defines a common term, which is use, like alternative use, or two or more languages in order to like create a sentence or to speak in a sentence. Code switching might also be employed as a solution in challenging situations where maintaining the flow of communication is crucial. Code switching happens a lot in different countries where English is not the first language. So people have the tendency to mix their foreign language with one language and the language they learn. For example, like English to Indonesian or Indonesian to your native language, like your whatever language, I don't know. And there is some context behind code switching in Indonesia. Most of the time in Indonesian context, code switching is mostly used by young people, especially being in the classroom. And there are so many different types of English code switching which are inserted in daily communication among Indonesians, especially people who are living in big city areas such as Jakarta or Surabaya or Bandung and so on, because most of them know a few English words from like media or social media or anything. And sometimes it could just be like in education, for example, an international school or international level higher education, such as Sampoerna University. At Sampoerna University, here in Sampoerna University, English is the medium of instruction in the classroom because it follows the American curriculum, because it's a campus policy that's designed to enhance students' communication skills in English. Lectures and students and studies are mostly conducted in English, which serves the primary language of instruction for all the majors of Sampoerna University. Regarding the situation that was described above, there is some argument from Hoffman from 1991 that identifies various reasons of why people code switch. Those reasons include discussing topics, quoting others, expressing empathy, using interjections, using classifications, and indicating group identity. And it shows that people apply code switching to describe what they want to deliver or what they want to say, or like expressing their feelings. And apart from that, according to a study from Skiba from 1997, he believes that code switching between languages can help people to share information, like spreading out information to anyone or anything. And the improvement might be small and gradual. It is still a good sign for learning. And that research that found out that students who are not fluent enough in English or another language found it helpful to switch between languages in their learning classes, for example, English classes, to make them understand things better.
Thank you for explaining, Princess. So, yeah, from the statement above from the introduction, we then found our study would like to explore the role of code switching in the classroom. And yeah, we want to focus on the underlying reason why the teacher and student switch between the language, especially in our campus, Sampoerna University. That's why from this study, we would like also to offer some guidance for the lecture, especially in English for language class. And it can provide as a reflection for them to know like how to enhance the classroom interaction through code switching as a strategy to deliver the material. That's why it can also help students to learn how far this code switching can be effective in the classroom, and it can also be examined like in what way the code switching is within the classroom context. So yeah, that's overall the scope of the study. And the next one is we move to the method, and as you can see, we adopt the qualitative research approach to investigate this phenomenon of code switching. And you can see also there is some statement from Creswell, which he says that qualitative study are well suited to gaining insight into the individuals or phenomenon. and making it an appropriate choice for this study. That's why the primary aim in the study is to uncover the various reasons for the code switching, as we also mentioned in the introduction. And from the study, we collect the data using a questionnaire, Google form, and it collaborate, like we ask the students and the lecturer from Sampoerna University to fill it, and from that we can solve the comprehensively investigate the phenomenon of code switching and provide a deeper understanding of its underlying reasons in the university community. So that's all the method and the introduction.
Okay, thank you, Natasha. And now here I will explain about our findings and results of our surveys. Here, based on the findings, lecturers and students have been experiencing code switching in the classroom context. The picture here below here shows that about 48.9% of the participants are male using code switching in the Sampoerna University in academic environment as part of language communication. And 40% of the participants are female, and the other 2.2% are the non-specific genders. Most of the participants here are students, and the others are possibly lecturers of Sampoerna University. Furthermore, here, the results of this survey show that people age 40 or older and middle 20s are the ones who often experiencing code switching in their environment, while also from the background ethnicity of the participants from Javanese, Sundanese, Malay, Batak, Minangkabau, Balinese, Dayak, Bugis, Makassar, Papuans, Chinese, Torajans, Banjarnese, Bangka, and Saluanese, and other mixed ethnicities are all participants. Among these many ethnicities, the result shows that 30.1% are the Japanese as the highest number, and the second one is the Sundanese, and the last is Chinese as the third mostly large group of our participants' ethnicities. Next here, the picture here below shows some of the participants are not originally from Jakarta. However, they use English or have been learning English for more than 10 years experience until this day, and they still use it extensively as a second language in daily conversation. Now, the purpose of their code switching from the survey below shows that they use English or their second English language to clarify as the most highly used in 68.9%, and secondly, for using technical terms about 55.6%. And thirdly, expressing their emotion clearly for 51.6%. Those three options are famous to be the purpose of code switching in discourse. While the use of code switching is also often used, the participants 75.6% agreed they are comfortable using it. Now, next, aside from how participants are comfortable and fluent in their English, the survey questions here we provide have you ever faced challenges or negative feedback related to code switching in the classroom? And the answers from the participants does face some challenges, such as judgment and criticized for using a little bit wrong sentence in their English in academic environment. While in social environment, like with their friends, they are often getting teased and being looked down by their peers for attention seekers and for using English terms. And lastly, some of them are still not fully fluent in English and still need some code switching to help them understand and communicate better. The rest of those answers, they didn't find a problem at all. And our next question, do you believe that code switching enhances or hinders effective communication in the classroom? Some of our participants answers that they are fully agreed that implementing code switching in the class because it helps them to understand and add more new vocabularies and terms. And some disagree with using code switching because they think it will hinder and it won't improve others to learning more about English languages. That's all from me. The next others will explain.
Okay, thank you for explaining. So I will continue, which is we also ask the next question. That is, are there specific courses or subjects where you find yourself code switching more frequently? If yes, please specify which one and why. And this question is intended to know what types of course that they usually apply in the code switching. And from their answer, they explain that almost all of the course frequently use code switching for clarification and understanding the new terms, especially in mathematical course and which is talking about complex topics such as psychology, language acquisition, and world religion. And from this question, some of the participants who answered that question before are from Indonesia, and while others who are not Indonesian or native English speakers had to switch from Bahasa Indonesia to English during the Kewarganegaraan or PKN or Pancasila course. And a few of them mentioned that they either never encountered code switching in any course or didn't use it frequently. Thus, from the majority answer, it can be said that the code switching is usually applied in the classroom interaction. And the last question is although we asked about do you think code switching in the SU classroom will be common in the future? And then the response claimed that they believe the use of code switching will be more often because of the diversity of the people at Sampoerna University, while some people disagree that code switching will become a normal practice or a norm because they believe that English serves as a common language between people from different language background, and it can also act as a bridge for a communication. And it is also supported by the argument from Samuel and William in 1987. On the other hand, there are also argue that code switching has reached a balance point and won't necessarily increase or decrease in the usage. So it can be said that this use of language is stable. And there are also those who remain neutral on this matter because they think it will depend on each generation in which the language they are proficient in. And for them, code switching may not be necessary as the everyone who says it will be common. So that's why, in conclusion, the opinions on the future of code switching may be vary because some think it will because the university has many different people, but also others disagree and say that English is a common language. And the others were neutral, saying it will depend on the language skill of the future generation. So I can say that the future of code switching at Sampoerna University, it still remains uncertain, or in other words, it can be vary because it depends on what the students believe. So I think that's all the finding that end result because we will move to the discussion.
Okay, moving on to the discussion. So first, we must acknowledge that factors such as age, genders, native language, and length of English language learning have a significant impact on how people move in code. And in our demographic data, 95.4% exactly of our respondents in the study were Indonesian, and 77.8% of them had spent more than 10 years learning English. According to the result of our research, Sampoerna University students and also lecturers with switching behaviors are greatly impacted by the wide demographic variety. And then, as part of the Sampoerna University community, so our respondent is already exposed to using English as the main communication, especially in the classroom environment. So, because Sampoerna University stands out for delivering American standard education and its commitment to use English as the primary language of instruction, it is evident on the Sampoerna University website. A significant 97.8% of respondents affirmed that English is predominantly used in academic interaction within the university, and this prevalence of code switching in this multicultural environment can be because to some various factors such as differences in language proficiency, diversity of language spoken, cultural context, communications efficiency, and also educational backgrounds. And then next, talking about the awareness and also the comfort level. Interestingly, all 45 respondents, or 100% of our respondents, express awareness of their code switching tendencies with a varying frequency. And this variation can be attributed or because there's a difference in English proficiency and also individuals' attitudes towards this code switching behavior. And about the comfort level, significantly, 75.6% of our respondents felt comfortable engaging in code switching within the classroom environment. And according to those results, it can be shown that the respondents acknowledge using code changes or code switching with Indonesian and also English for the following reasons. First, yes, 7, but actually there are 9. So first is to clarify complex concepts with as the major reasons. To include technical terms that is not easily translatable. Second major reasons. To express emotions or emphasis. Third major reasons. And then to connect with a specific audience, to accommodate non-fluent speakers, and to sound more professionals. And then the others as the minor reasons. So these others is divided into 3 reasons. The first is to express terms that only exist in an opposite language. Second is more comfortable and to avoid meaning from discourse. Those minor reasons is chosen by one of the each of the minor reason is chosen by one of the respondent. And then we move to the first reasons as the major reason. It is the clarifying complex concepts with a whopping 68.9% of respondents admit to code switching to explain complex concepts. So often individuals use their stronger language or their first language to better express and understand complicated ideas. And then additionally, students in Sampoerna University frequently encounter challenging topic matter in an educational settings. So since it allows for the use of language that is more precise or comfortable while describing complex issues or concepts, so code switching will be their habit response to helping their comprehension among their peers or friends and also the lecturers. And another major reasons for code switchings, with a notable 55.6% of respondents do code switching when dealing with technical terms that is challenging or hard to translate. So this ensures that the precision and clarity are maintained by doing this code switching, particularly in fields where specific terminology is often used, such as science, engineering, or medicine. And the other reason will be explained others.
Okay, thank you guys. So I'll continue for the rest of our discussions. So basically, we're elaborating our analysis on the reasons on why people choose the specific reasoning on why they use code switching. So after analyzing the two top main reasons, we're moving on to the third main reasons with 51.1 of respondents choosing to code switch to express emotions or emphasis term or something that they want to express. So according to De Wiley and Nakano in their 2013, code switching can be used to convey an individual emotion more authentically. So as their native language may include those terms that are perfectly expressed with deeper feelings. And then another from Stroud in 2013, code switching can be used as a rhetorical device to emphasize a point or engage the audience. And then moving on to the top four with 46.7% of respondents shows the importance of connecting with a specific audience as the reason for code switching. So according to Gumbers in 1977, in a diverse classroom, code switching can be a way to connect with people from similar cultural or linguistic backgrounds, thus creating a sense of an inclusive environment. And like many other university, SU students have linguistic diversity, which emphasize the significance of this reasoning. And furthermore, on the top five, 40% of respondents will do code switching to accommodate non-fluent speakers. So when people are involved in communication, they adjust their speech, vocalization, and gestures to accommodate. And in relation to the previous reasoning, there may be students who are not fluent in their language of instruction. Thus, code switching can be a considerate way to ensure that everyone can follow the discussion and benefit from the learning experience. Then, as reported by 17.8% of the respondents, code switching is used as a strategic tool to sound more professional in academic environment. So, code switching helps to enhance professional image, where proficiency in a specific language is not only expected but also seen as an indicator of competence. So, in higher education settings, oral presentation between students and lecturers and other students are typically the primary form of classroom communication. And then code switching is also viewed as a natural learning process, especially in a multilingual academic setting. And then finally, with 6.6% or three of the 45 respondents, they provided unique insights into why they use code switching in the classroom. So they created three other reasoning which are not included in our questions in the Google form, and they responded. And one mentioned that the need of to use code switching is to convey terms that only exist in another language, which may indicate how code switching can be a tool for achieving precision and appropriately communicating concepts or terms that are found in their native language only. And other respondents said that code switching increased their comfort level during communication, which suggests that switching to a more proficient language may reduce communication anxiety or stress. And then lastly, one respondent said code switching was used to elaborate the meaning of aspects in discourse, which suggests that code switching adds depth and nuance to communication events, providing additional context or points to increase the clarity and understanding of the message. So to understand the chosen reasonings better, we have to look into the fertile ground or the basic of why people use code switching, which is inclusivity and pedagogical effectiveness. So as language can be a significant barrier to effective learning in a multicultural classroom or linguistic diversity classroom, code switching may appear as one of the technique to break down these linguistic barriers and ensure that the subject matter is accessible for all students. However, lecturers need to find a balance on this using code switching because while it has advantages, an over reliance on code switch can unconsciously hinder language development. That is for our discussion. So to conclude this paper, basically all of our survey reveals a variety of motivation or reason behind the use of code switching by students and lecturers in Sampoerna University classroom. So the respondents use code switch for various of reasons, including clarifying complex concepts, incorporating technical terms, expressing emotion, connecting with specific audiences, and then accommodating non-fluent speakers and appearing more professional. So additionally, it can be said that code switching is prevalent among students at Sampoerna University, And code switching serves as a communication tool in a multicultural academic environment, not just in Sampoerna University, and it can help enhance understanding and inclusivity in that setting. So I guess that is all for our paper. I hope this paper can fit into the what we're looking for, and it can help you guys to gain more insights about code switching that happens in the classroom. But I guess that's all from me.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye. Thank you very much for your attention in this video.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sir.
Thank you.